Hey, what's going on? This is Matt Stark with Forward Lawyer Marketing. Today we're going to cover the 20 essentials of law firm SEO. Now, we're not going to take a deep dive into each one of these steps, but we're going to give you a high level overview of what you should be implementing into your SEO strategy on a weekly, monthly, consistent basis that will result in higher organic rankings, more website traffic, and ultimately more inbound leads and retained clients. First things first, make sure that your website is user friendly. Now, this might seem fairly obvious, but it's really important. There's a lot of sites that we'll encounter that don't have a good user experience, and we don't feel that we can work with that. It needs to be redeveloped. So it's really important to have a site that's easy to navigate for them to be able to find the information that they're looking for, and so that it just has that good user experience. So when developing your site or assessing your current site, really try to put yourself in the shoes of the user who's your potential client. Is it easy for them to navigate? Is it easy for them to find information on your site? If it is, great. If it isn't, then you should really consider redeveloping the site or addressing that concern. So, in addition to making the site informative by providing valuable information, make sure it's visually appealing, easy to navigate, and Google will reward sites with higher search rankings that do have a good user experience. So make sure your website is user friendly. Make sure that your website's structure is optimized. So, kind of going hand in hand with the user friendly website is your website structure, which is crucial in making sure that it's not only easy for users to navigate, but also for search engines to crawl and index. So, a clear and concise website structure is going to help do this. So, include an XML sitemap to ensure your website's pages are linked to one another. Use schema markup to help search engines understand the content on your website. Now, schema markup will help search engine visibility as well as help earn rich snippets in search results. So this could include the reviews showing up in the search results, and also do help and encourage click-through rates, because if you're going to be able to stand out from the competition with these rich snippets, um, it could encourage the user to click on your listing versus somebody else. So make sure that your website structure is optimized as part of your SEO strategy. Optimize your site with internal linking. Now, internal linking essentially helps search engines such as Google, Bing, crawl your site so they can understand the structure and the content. So this will ultimately help rankings when done correctly. So to find internal linking opportunities, look at pages on your site that rank for related topics and use descriptive anchor text in the link. So you don't necessarily want to have 50 internal links on a given page, but find other pages on your site that are receiving traffic. And what we mean by anchor text is to include a keyword in that other page. So in this case, we're linking to a felony criminal defense page. He wants to rank in Galveston County. So Galveston County felony criminal defense attorney is the anchor text, and it links back to that page. So again, this helps search engines like Google, crawl that site. And internal linking is a really important part of on-page optimization that, again, when done correctly, can benefit your SEO. Back in, I believe, June of 2021, Google had a pretty major update to their ranking algorithm that took into account the core web vitals of a website. And there's a number of things that go into the mix of core web vitals, but site speed is one of those. So you want to make sure that your website loads fast, and a slow loading website will definitely be counterproductive to your SEO efforts. So this is also going to contribute to that user experience. If think about it, if you go to a website and you have to wait 5-6 seconds for that to load, it's very likely that you're going to bounce out of that site and go to the next person down the list. So this will now negatively affect rankings, and it has been that way for about a year and a half now. So there's a couple ways you can improve your site speed by optimizing images, minifying code, and using a content delivery network, a CDN, to make sure that you're doing well in that case. But you really should have at least monthly checks on your site to make sure that it's performing up to speed. And if it's not, you're making the necessary optimizations to make sure that it does. So Google has a page speed, pagespeed.web.dev is where you can check that as well. We like to use a tool called GT Metrics, which shows you how your site is performing with the Web Vitals. But also Pingdom has, and there's a number of other resources out there. But make sure that your website loads fast, and this is part of your SEO optimization. With more and more searches being conducted from mobile devices, and this is a trend that's not going to go in the other direction, you have to make sure that you don't forget about your mobile site. So this includes making it super easy to navigate so that it has a positive user experience. It makes it easier for visitors to get the information they want to contact you. So, simple things such as making sure that your phone number's accessible on the site at any point. We like to kind of keep it sticky. They can click to call. The menu bar is super easy to navigate, and this just makes it better for that mobile experience. So use a responsive design for the mobile version of your website to ensure that the website looks and operates great on all devices, whether they're on an Android, an iPhone, an iPad, a desktop device, whatever the case may be. But make sure that you are not neglecting your mobile experience, because this is going to be a super important aspect of your firm's SEO strategy. As part of the on-page optimization for your firm's website, make sure to optimize the videos and the images that you have on your site. So Google and other search engines cannot read a video or an image. So you need to use descriptive and keyword-rich alt tags and file names for your website's images and videos. So this will help search engines understand what these videos and these images are, ultimately helping your organic rankings. So when we say name the file of the image, when you add, let's say, an image on your criminal defense page or your auto accident page, just don't have it some generic JPG file name. Name it, the city and auto accident lawyer that you're trying to rank for. So if you're in Omaha, Nebraska, have that file name Omaha, Nebraska auto accident lawyer. And then again, make sure that you have these descriptive alt tags for all of the videos and all of the images on your site so that search engines understand what they are. And again, this will help your organic rankings. So if you're conducting SEO in-house or if you have an agency doing your SEO, either or, you really need to do your research and understand what your local competition is doing with their SEO campaigns. So you really need to conduct a competitive analysis to understand where you stack up in that local marketplace so that you can understand what needs to be done to beat the competition. So identifying what type of content competitors are putting out and how frequently, looking at their blogs to see how often they're putting out blog content, analyzing the link profiles of local competition, so understanding how many authoritative backlinks they have pointing back to their site, what's their site's domain authority. This is going to help you identify areas of opportunity and enable you to stay ahead of the competition. So really put some emphasis on conducting a competitive analysis of your marketplace so you know where the playing field is and what you need to do in order to get ahead of the competition and ultimately get to the top of the SEO mountain in your local market. Do your keyword research. This is extremely important. So, if you're going to rank for keywords that do not drive relevant traffic to your site, it's going to be time wasted, it's going to be counterproductive, and it's just not going to get you where you want to be. So you have to understand what keywords that, if you're able to achieve top organic rankings, are going to drive traffic. And there's a lot of tools out there to help you do that. So tools such as Ahrefs Keyword Explorer tool are what we use. SEMrush has a good keyword research tool as well. But these tools will help you identify the right keywords to target for your campaign so that when you do get those organic rankings, that it's actually going to drive traffic that you want to drive to your site. So, these keywords are going to serve as the foundation and the roadmap for your on-page optimization, including the content that you're putting out there, how you're writing that content, how you're putting content out through your blog, the URLs, the title and meta descriptions, and more. So keyword research is really, again, the foundation of your SEO program and is really going to drive what you do for that. So we have another video, how to conduct keyword research for your law firm, for a high-level overview of how to choose the right keywords for your SEO campaign. But this is a really important component of your SEO strategy and needs to be done at the onset of launching it. So once you have those target keywords established, after you do your keyword research, optimize your website's metadata. So this includes your title tags, the meta descriptions, the headers, the H1, H2 tags. Make sure that these are all optimized based on that keyword research. So meta tags provide more details to search engines as well as users on what specific page or what that specific page is about. So the metadata is featured in the search engine results page, as you'll see right here. And then your title tag is going to be right here at the top if you look at the bottom right of this page. So using descriptive yet concise descriptions will help your organic rankings because the search engines as well as the users will understand what that page is about. So optimize your website's metadata throughout the website. Here's another obvious one, but very important. Create quality content and do it consistently. Always publish informative content that answers questions that your potential clients have. So the content should engage your users and provide value to them. So when writing this content, make sure to use the keywords identified in that keyword research we talked about. And use it naturally throughout the content. You don't want to just plug in keywords for the sake of plugging keywords. It needs to be written naturally for the user, and search engines will pick up on this as well. So the content, as we talked about user experience, has to be well organized and easy to understand for potential clients. And if you do this and you do this correctly and effectively, then it will help your organic rankings. But putting out quality content consistently is going to be something that's super important to your firm's SEO strategy. So as part of that content marketing and making sure that you're putting out quality content, you really want to create robust practice area pages. So create a page for each of your practice areas that you're looking to target. So these pages should naturally include informative content that is easily consumed by your target market. So you want to stay away from too much legal jargon. Short paragraphs, bullet points, images, and video all help do this to make it in an easily consumable format. But what we found is many of the pages out there, the vast majority of attorneys' practice area pages are anywhere between 300 and 500 words. So we don't want to just put a bunch of fluff in these robust practice area pages. You want to make it informative as possible, but I would encourage you to include at least 1,500 words on all of your practice area pages. So for example, if you're a divorce lawyer, you should have a practice area page for divorce, child custody, child support, asset division, so on and so forth. And implementing these robust practice area pages with really thorough content are going to help increase your rankings and traffic if done correctly. So create robust practice area pages within your easy to navigate site, and you're going to see better organic results over the course of time. So in line with creating content consistently, one way to do this is creating and managing a blog. So many of you are probably already doing this, but we see it all too often where a firm has the best intentions to create content consistently through a blog, and then after a couple of months it slows down, and then there's 6-month gaps between the time that content is being generated. So creating a blog and putting on regular content is just a great way to provide valuable information to potential clients, and it's going to help your SEO at the end of the day. So blogging on relevant topics consistently is going to help increase those rankings and exposure, driving more traffic to the website. We see that the clients that we're blogging for, which are all of the clients, that the blog is generally driving a significant amount of traffic. In many cases, most of the traffic coming to the site, because we're reverse engineering it based on what people are asking in their local market, and we're answering those questions with the robust blogs that we're putting out there. So if you create and manage a blog consistently, and you're smart on the way that you do it, where it's not just a bunch of fluff, but you're actually answering questions that people are asking, you're going to reap the benefits, and you're going to see more traffic and more inbound leads over the course of time. So create and manage a blog. If you aren't doing it today, start immediately. So when you're creating this content through a blog or through YouTube or any other medium, you want to use social media to leverage that content and share it. So use social media to share your content, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. Any of those social media platforms are great places to share that content and to engage with potential clients. So again, this is going to help increase exposure and awareness of your content, driving more traffic to your site, especially if you're building an audience. So on Facebook, for example, if you have X amount of followers on the page and you're building up that following, you're dispersing that content to that audience every time that you share a blog or a video or any other piece of content that you have. So most of your content should be informative on social media, but don't be afraid to post promotional content from time to time. For example, if you have a really glowing review on your Google business profile, feel free to share that and remind the people in your audience that you guys do a great job with your services. But most of it should be informative, and you should be sharing this content on your social media. Use social proof. So social proof, client testimonials, reviews really can help improve your law firm's reputation and credibility online. So make sure to feature these on your website. Always encourage clients to leave reviews on sites such as your Google Business Profile page, Facebook, legal directories such as lawyers.com, Avo. Make sure to use this social proof to your advantage. So in addition to using the social proof, make sure that you always monitor your online reputation. You can set up Google Alerts where when and if somebody leaves you a review on Google, whether it's good, bad, or in the middle, you always want to respond to that. So using social proof as a way to bolster up your online credibility is something that's super important. And you want to use this as part of your online SEO strategy. Build high quality backlinks. We can go into a several hour video about the importance of link acquisition and how it's going to affect your SEO strategy, but we're not going to do that today. So build high quality backlinks to your site. So backlinks are essentially votes of confidence for search engines such as Google. The more backlinks, the more authoritative backlinks you have pointing back to your site, the more trust that search engine is going to have in your site, and the higher you should show up in rankings. So you can have the best piece of content out there, and it's not necessarily going to rank unless you have those votes of confidence from other sites linking back to you. So this is vital in the success of your firm's SEO strategy. So make sure that you're always building high quality backlinks. And if you aren't, you need to implement a strategy that's going to help you do that to get the results that you want to see over the course of time. One way to build quality backlinks to your site, and this isn't the only way, but one of the ways is to guest blog. So writing guest blogs for other websites in the legal space can help improve your website's authority, ultimately driving more traffic to the site. So make sure to include a link back to your website in these guest posts, and if possible, have anchor text related to a keyword you're looking to rank for. So for example, if you're a Los Angeles personal injury lawyer and you're able to tell them to put that link back to your site, Los Angeles auto accident lawyer, or whatever keyword you're looking to rank for, then do that. And that's going to help over the course of time you rank for the areas that you want to rank for. So guest blogging will help expose your firm to new audience as well as build up backlinks to help SEO, and could be part of your backlink and link acquisition strategy. Make sure to optimize your firm's Google Business Profile, formerly known as Google My Business. It's recently changed to just Google Business Profile. But this is a really important part of your SEO strategy as well. And optimizing this property is going to help you rank in the map section if done correctly. So write a compelling description, actively encourage clients to review your firm on Google Business and other places as well, such as Facebook that will pull from Google Business. So build local citations, create product pages, upload videos, keep that property as active as possible to make sure that you put yourself in the best position to see the rankings you want to see in the local section. So other things that you should be doing is when and if somebody asks a question on your Google Business profile, make sure you're answering that. Respond to reviews immediately. These are all really important, but optimizing your firm's Google Business profile is extremely important and will help you show up in the local rankings if done correctly. And you should be doing that immediately if you haven't started doing that. So optimize your firm's Google Business profile. Make sure to submit your website to legal directories. There are countless legal directories out there that allow you to link to your firm's website in the listing, which we know helps boost SEO through a link, especially if it's an authoritative site. So many of these legal directories, especially the more authoritative ones, are paid subscriptions. So some that come to mind include lawyers.com, Avo, I believe Justia is as well. But there's many free directories out there that you should claim your listing with that will help build links and just get you more exposure on these legal directories. So when claiming the listing, you have to make sure that your name, address, and phone number, NAP, is consistent with what's on your Google Business profile. And this should be used everywhere your site is submitted. So for example, if your address is 123 Smith Road, you want to make sure that if it's on your Google Business profile, ROAD, that that's consistent throughout, not using RD period. So make sure that that name, address, phone number is consistent throughout everywhere you're submitting your law firm's website to. So we do have a list of legal directories that you can submit for free. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need that list. We'd be happy to provide it to you. But submit your website to legal directories. It's going to be well worth it in the long run. Monitor your progress with data. So there's a lot of tools out there. Google Analytics, for example, is one of them. Many of you are already probably using this, but it gives you a lot of valuable insights as to where you can improve, where areas of opportunity are, and really just kind of helps you assess what you're doing and how to move things around so that you can make sure that you're always optimizing your strategies. So things that Google Analytics provides that are really valuable is how much organic traffic you're getting, how much direct visitors you're getting, traffic from paid and referral sites such as the legal directories we just talked about. You can also take a look at where your sites come or where your traffic is coming from geographically. If you're located in Tampa, Florida, and most of your traffic's coming from out of state, then you know that your local SEO needs to be improved upon. So monitor your progress with data because it's going to give you valuable information so that you can leverage and optimize that site to get the best possible SEO results that you want to see. Last but certainly not least is take action. So SEO is hard. Legal SEO is even harder. We're literally in the most competitive space out there. So these are proven techniques that if you do them correctly, you will get to the top of the search rankings where you will be seen by potential clients seeking the legal services you provide. But without taking action, you're never going to get there. So make sure you have a defined process of how you're going to manage each of these steps. As with SEO, you're often as only as good as your weakest link. So you have to have a really bulletproof process to make sure that all of these components are being addressed on a weekly, monthly, ongoing basis. So you also have to be patient. You know, in many cases, we see sites that have been optimized for years and years and years. And if we're starting with a new site that has really no equity built up with the search engines, it's going to take time and you have to be patient and you have to trust the process. So if you don't see results in a few months, don't get discouraged. Just trust the process, continue to do what this process is telling you to do, and you will get there. So take action because none of this is going to happen until you do that.